What's up, everyone? I have a subject matter that some of you are going to like and some of you may not like. Regardless, I need to talk about it because I haven't heard another content creator talk about this one yet. All right. I've heard a lot of other similar subjects, etc., but you know, here at Brainwaves Advice Topics, LLC, we give you perspectives. We talk about things that others may not touch on. And that's what makes my particular channel unique from all the other content creators. We're also not only a reaction channel, but we're also an investigation channel. All right. And so what we're going to talk about is a subject that is very important. So for those of you that are here, you need to get the like button up. If you like what I'm talking about, if you like the content, you like the material, hit the like button as soon as you come in. All right, because you already know about things restricting the algorithms and et cetera. So I need you all to get this message out because no one else is talking about it. So what we're going to do here is not only talk about it, I'm literally going to play and show you the books. You're going to hear them read aloud. So there are two books. You're going to hear that My Shadow is Pink, and there is another book called My Shadow is Purple. All right. Again, I'm going to literally have the books read in just a second. So if you're here, you come into the building, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on. No one gets notifications anymore, and that's because people are too lazy to literally make sure that they check the notification bell and make sure that all is selected so that you get notified whenever I release a YouTube short, a YouTube video, or a YouTube live stream, such as this particular show. So with that being said, this also came up because here I live in Georgia. My wife's an educator. All right. And there was a Cobb County teacher who got fired for reading this book aloud. And for those of you that don't know, Cobb County here in Georgia is a very heavy Republican base as far as a political party. And they generally align with Christian values. Okay. So, you know, they're conservative Christians. You kind of know how that goes politics wise. So they're not going to take lightly to a lot of liberal views and a lot of this indoctrinating our children. And that's essentially what this is. It's an indoctrination. Like, hey, look, if you're a part of the LGBTQIA, etc. community, it is what it is. You do what you do. It's one thing for you to be an adult and then you decide to indoctrinate. But when you come to the kids, that's when you're going to receive pushback. So, you know, there is no part of the curriculum where we should be pushing this. But let's just make this known. This is something that's being pushed to our children. So even if you are against this, for instance, like some of you, if you're for it, I mean, it is what it is. If you're not for this, then what's going to happen is when you send your kids off to school, this is what the teachers are reading and showing and indoctrinating your kids. And then they're around their peers. And then when they come back home, guess what? They're going to come to you. Mommy, guess what I learned in school today? Daddy, guess what I learned in school today? And then, you know, you have to contend with that. So what I'm going to do is, again, I welcome you to have dialogue in the chat. I don't expect a lot of people here, but it should be a ton of people here considering the subject matter. I'm going to essentially pull up the book. And again, we're going to start with, let's start with My Shadow is Pink first, okay? Because I comes before you. So, you know, we'll go with pink before purple. And again, this will be the entire book. I'm also going to let you all see what happened to a teacher, okay? But first, we're going to start with the book. Give me 1 second to pull this up. You come into the building, make sure you hit the like button up. Okay, hardly anyone sees this video. No one is watching this video right now. Where are all the people? Where are all the people? If any other content creator would have talked about this same subject, they will have a ton of people in the building. Where's everybody at? And that should tell you how my particular content is being targeted. All right. How come there's hardly anybody here watching? And the people that are here watching, I only have one person in the comment section. If you're here, can you at least put a 1 in the comment section if you're watching this video? I'm about to get this on the screen and go. Okay. But I need y'all to, if you're here, because I see multiple people watching the stream, can you put a 1 in the chat? If you're here watching, then you can put a 1 in the chat. If you're not going to put a 1 in the chat, then you're just an agent. You're probably just a troll, and you're probably someone who's just trying to see what I got to say. I see people are here, so I need y'all to at least put a 1 in the chat and let me know you're here in the building. You want me to play the video? Because again, this is going to read the entire book. And y'all need to know about this, and I told y'all about this. Oh, we're going to expose the agenda. I'm going to play the book. Maybe when I play the book, people are coming here. Let's go.
Is Pink, illustrated and written by Scott Stewart. My dad has a shadow that's blue as can be, and there's nothing but blue in my whole family tree. But mine is quite different. It's not what you think. For mine, it's not blue. My shadow is pink. My shadow loves ponies and books and pink toys, princesses and fairies, and things not for boys. But there's one thing it likes most I have found. It loves wearing dresses and dancing around. It spins and it sparkles and it twirls through the air, then stop as my dad walks in with a stare. It will turn blue one of these days. Don't worry, he says, it's just a phase. My dad's shadow is blue, it is big, it is strong, but when I stand with it, I feel so wrong. I wish mine was blue like all the others. I wish mine was blue like my dad's and my brother's. I'd rather be a part of a group, of that there's no doubt, but I cannot fit in when my shadow stands out. Now things are all changing and that is not cool. I'm ready to start my first day of school. You'll need pencils and books and lunch you must bring. Dress up with your shadow in its favorite thing. My heart skips a beat as I put on a dress, and I look at my dad who is anxious and stressed. He takes me to school and I turn to say bye. His face is all worry, there's fear in his eye. So I step in the doorway and puff out my chest. One thing is clear, I am not like the rest. I try to say hi, but my voice is too quiet. The kids turn around and the room, it goes silent. I ran out the door, I pushed past my dad. I ran to my house feeling angry and sad. If my shadow was blue, I'd be making friends. I'd be laughing and playing and drawing with pens. I rip off my dress, throw it on the floor. I won't wear it again, not ever, no more. Then at my door came a soft little knock. It's my dad walking in, and I look up in shock. Both he and his shadow in dresses they stood, with shimmering seams, pink sparkles and hoods. He speaks in a voice that's quite soft but is stern. Pick up that dress, you must listen and learn. Your shadow is pink, I see now that's true. It's not just a shadow, it's your most inner you. He showed me the photos of parents and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and others. We've all had a shadow that's hidden from eyes. Sometimes our shadow lives in disguise. His shadow loves painting and fashion and art. His shadow loves engine and powerful cars. His shadow loves dance with its turns and its twist. Her shadow she hides, her shadow likes curls. His shadow loves theater and acting and playing. Her shadow loves science and planets and space. Your shadow is you and pink it will be, so stand up with your shadow and yell, this is me. And some they will love you and some they will not. Those who do love you will love you a lot. So put on your dress and get back to school. If someone won't like you, then they are the fools. My heart nearly burst and my shadow, it soared. I picked up the dress and wore it once more. We ran out the door, this time holding hands. My dad and our shadows together we stand. I stride in my class and puff out my chest. I may be different, but different is best. I join a small group, though in I don't blend. They look up and smile. Will you be our friend?
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So for those of you that are just joining me, please hit the like button. No other content creator is literally showing you the actual content of what I'm talking about to this extent. I have yet to see another content creator actually show this book. I have another book, as you've seen on the cover, that's called My Shadow is Purple. And then I'm also going to show you all about a Cobb County, Georgia teacher who got in trouble, actually got fired. That was the update. And my wife is a Cobb County teacher. So I know about all of this stuff. You see what I'm saying? I know about these agendas. I know many educators. You know, my father's a retired educator. I know a lot about this, but this is what I keep trying to tell you. These are the agendas that are taking place in the public school system. While you teach your children one thing, they leave the house, spend 8 hours or longer in an education system. If they have anything after school, any extracurricular activities, et cetera, et cetera. And by the time they get home to you, when they're out with their friends and they're out with their peers, and then they get this whole indoctrination of something, and then they come home, hey, mommy, hey, daddy, guess what? And you didn't even know about this. And then they think it's cool. All right. And then they're also pushing the agenda to kind of make it seem like it's okay. Because if you look in this book here, I'm going to kind of scroll through. But for those of you that didn't see, you can run it back. You see here, you see that this boy actually has a father in his life. And he's like, oh, this is just a phase. You know, he's just going through a little phase. However, you come over here and you fast forward. Okay, and then you see here where they start talking about a lot of other shadows. So they're trying to equate our particular lifestyles, right? You know how many of us have a lifestyle where the public may not know that you have hobbies that you're into, right? This is what I mean by a lifestyle. They don't know about some of your hobbies or things that you do. Maybe you have certain talents that people don't know. And they're trying to lump all this together in one thing, right? And try to make it seem like, well, a lot of your other family members are secretly on the low. They're trying to make it seem like all your other family members are on the low, right? Like, you know, I know you're struggling with it, little Johnny, but guess what? Your uncle and your auntie and, you know, your cousins and all your family members, you know, they got a secret life too. And then, but wait, there's more. You come in here and you look into the book and you see that the dad that quote unquote supposed to be against it is actually quote unquote a part of that same lifestyle as well. That he has a pink shadow. Y'all know what I mean by pink shadows? Isn't this crazy? And then try to make it seem like even if a dad or your dad, like if speaking from the perspective of a son that could be potentially dealing with a pink shadow scenario, make it seem like if he's against you, you know, speaking, for instance, on behalf of the child, that the dad is actually low key about that life too. This is just crazy, man. Yeah, I agree. Patriot Trick is right. It's just pure evil indoctrination tactics. Okay, and they already got a song called "We're Gonna Get Your Child." Let me see if I I'm trying to see if yeah, there's this choir, San Francisco gay choir. I'm not gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna get a copyright strike or something on this, so I'm not gonna actually play the song, but y'all can go look, okay? I'm gonna mute it, but I'll play the video footage. So let me put this on the screen real quick because y'all need to see this as well. Before I even get to the other book, I'm telling you, if you truly serve the Most High, I don't care what your race is or whatever. I don't care if you're a woman, if you're a man, a woman. If you truly serve the Most High, then y'all need to stand up, because what's going to happen is your kids are going to get taken out. So this is the video. It's a San Francisco gay choir, and their song is, they said they'll convert your children. This is absolutely crazy. So let me make sure I have the captions on, because I'll play that and we can watch this footage. Okay, so let's take a look here. And we'll get to the book in a second. So you can see, take this off the screen. Now, I'm just playing somebody else's video. Listen to what they're saying.
Hurt your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it. Like I said, I played that little clip on purpose, but I just want y'all to mainly pay attention to the lyrics. You can go watch the video. I'm not gonna play it because I probably will have to edit it. I don't know if it's safe or not for me to play this, but they're talking about converting your children. And then I'm showing you this book. And then, you also got the Gay BC's book. And I got to get to playing the book of, My Shadow is Purple, because there's another agenda at that. Like, they got two agendas at the same time. Okay, and check this out. This is some other videos. Look at this. So they pushing, this is basically, I guess, Pride Month. Yeah, see? This was on Nickelodeon. Y'all, this was on Nickelodeon. Let me just stop for a second. So all the kid shows. Let me stop the music. Let me stop the music real quick. If you, okay, let me speak to you real quick so y'all can understand. If you do not want your child to be indoctrinated into the LGBTQIA community, then you need to pay attention to what your child is watching on YouTube. You need to pay attention to all these cartoons, Disney. You need to watch Disney. You need to watch Netflix. You need to watch all of these shows. And you can't just watch the beginning and walk out. You literally either need to watch it with your child or without your child and pay attention. Go into their history, see what they're watching. You're going to have to put up parental controls. Like, this is crazy because this is on Nickelodeon. And then we got this choir, and they're all doing this behind the scenes. And you have all these people that call themselves Christians, and then they're not saying anything about it. Have any of you talked to any of your peers that have children about this? Have y'all had any conversations about these books, about these shows, about any of this? Are you trying to do anything in the community? Are you afraid to stand up? Because see, what they know is that if you speak out on your own, they know that people won't do it on an individual basis. But if there's a group of individuals speaking out, they can't do nothing about it. That's why, for instance, you have like the Republican Party is very, and I'm not trying to push politics or anything, but I'm just stating facts. The Republican Party is known to be conservative Christians. You have a lot of Christian people that align with the Christian values, the biblical values and teachings of the Most High. They generally are in the Republican Party. Now, that's not to say there's none in the Democratic Party. Of course, there are. There's independents as well. But the point that I'm making is that party's known for that. And so a lot of them come out and speak. You hear them speak in their campaigns, their events, their platforms, that they're against these things, especially when it comes to our children. Like, at some point in time, it's one thing if you have a child and they grow up and they're basically an adult and they choose to, be a part of the LGBTQI, et cetera, community. That's a whole nother conversation. It is what it is. They're an adult. They made that choice. But when you are indoctrinating them at this age, this is dangerous because then you can indoctrinate them with anything. And what is the true agenda? What is the true agenda? And the more of them they have, the less of us we have. And this goes into population control as well. If you're here, please hit the like button and make sure your notifications are on while we're talking about it. So I'm going to play the rest of this footage. This is absolutely insane. This is crazy. I'm not going to play the audio because I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright strike. And I don't want to take a chance with that. I'm already severely crippled as it is. Like, no one is here seeing my lives. I used to have 1,000+ people every live show that I did. 500, 1,000. It didn't matter what subject I did or what time of the day. Here it is, 1:09 in the afternoon. Most people are at lunch. Most people are on their phones. They ain't working anyway. Most people are bored, probably on YouTube, and nobody's here. Once again, with a highly debated subject like this, I should at least have a bunch of trolls in the building. Have y'all noticed that I don't even get trolls no more? It's because nobody's seeing this. So pay attention to the captions below. It's literally saying what they're actually playing. Again, I'm not really playing the audio. I might just play a pinch of it. You see.
We're all in this together.
So look at this. Look at this. You see the kids. This is drag shows with kids. Do y'all see this? Drag shows with the kids. Look at young kids. It's nothing but young kids and teenagers and school kids. See, look at all of this. This is what they do. Look at this. Drag. Okay, let me just stop this. This is a drag show with little kids. No other content creators showing this. I repeat, no other content creators showing this. Other content creators are talking about this. They have talked about it, but they didn't literally put it in your face. Here at Brainwaves Advice Topics LLC, we put things right in your face. So please subscribe. Please double, triple, quadruple check that your notifications are turned on. I release content daily unless I say otherwise. There's a YouTube short, there's YouTube live streams, and there's YouTube videos. So if you don't see anything from me, then something is wrong. YouTube is trying to block you. Maybe unsubscribe and then immediately resubscribe. They usually fix the problem, and hit the notification bell and make sure that all is selected. Not personalized, hit all. And you need to make sure that you have notifications turned on your YouTube app on your phone or your tablet. Because if you don't have it turned on your phone, you're not going to get notified. You won't get notified on your laptop. You won't get notified on your PC unless I put a template up letting you know I'm going to go live at a later time and date. Then you can select notify me. So if you're relying on notifications on your phone and all of that, you've got to turn that on. You may have to unsubscribe, immediately resubscribe to make sure. Because no other content creator is literally showing you this footage. You've heard other content creators talk about this. They've mentioned this. Okay, I'm not going to name any names. I pretty much watch everybody. I know who everybody is. I've been doing this longer than most content creators been on YouTube. I've been doing this since the 90s in the public. Okay, I just decided to come on YouTube since 2018. So don't get it twisted. Ask about me in these streets. They'll tell you I've been repping since the 90s, before most content creators even came on YouTube or social media. So I'm just saying this. Look at this picture. You see a drag queen standing up here with a little bitty baby, and the baby's clapping. You can't tell me this is not a part of an agenda. What vested interest does the LGBTQIA, etc. community have with showing this to your children? And would you want your children to see this? Are you okay with your children seeing this? Are you okay with this book? Because I'm going to play My Shadow's Purple too, and I'm going to show you the Cobb County teacher. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Y'all think we making this up? Here's literally the imagery right here of kids being shown by drag queens. Let me run this back. And remember, we're all in this together. I mean, just look at this. And then look at how happy all the parents are. And then look at how so many people, you see they're wearing the rainbow shirts and stuff like this. This is what's going on. Look at them. They're so happy. You know, they're connecting with the others like, yeah, come on out. You know, they have this agenda, and everybody thinks that this is okay. Like, I should have 1,000 people in the building right now. Some people first fussing at me, trolling me, bashing me, and I should also have people helping. So y'all make sure y'all share this video with other people, because in your conversations with people, I have all the content right here in my videos. Please share my videos. That's the best thing you can do. Post it in your groups, share it with your family, share it with your friends. Let me do the talking. Let them get mad at me. Let them come troll me. Let them get upset with me. Let me take the heat. And you just share the word. You talk about you're a Christian. You talk about you're a believer. Here you go. I did all the hard work here, and all you got to do is share it. Let's go. Make sure you get the likes up when you come in the building. I mean, look at this. All these little kids, look, they all loving it. Here we go again. The little baby right here. All these little kids just clapping, getting along.
Clap your hands if you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it.
Does anybody in the room know how to twerk?
Listen to this. Did you hear this? Why is he? Okay. You know what? Okay. I'm done. I'm done. Why on earth is this in an elementary school? Because you can see the books or some type of young kid environment. Why is a drag queen teaching our children how to twerk? What does twerking have to do with their education? What does twerking have to do with any skill sets? Why is this being taught? See, y'all think we playing when we say this. I'm the only content creator who's shown you the footage. I know about all the big content creators. Every other content creator got way more subscribers than me. They got 100,000 plus, 150,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of that. None of them are showing you this footage but me. Yeah, I only got like 10 people here. Why do I only have 10 people here at 1:15 in the afternoon with a channel my size? Can somebody explain this? Why is it only 10 people here? Let me run this back just in case y'all missed it. Okay. I'm gonna actually play this part because y'all need to hear this.
If you're happy.
Anybody in this room know how to twerk? This room know how to twerk? Does anybody in this room know how to twerk? Does anybody in this room know how to twerk?
Now, why are you asking little kids if they know how to twerk?
It's all in. And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
I'm just saying, man, this is crazy, man. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. One more time. This is what they're doing in school when your kids, look, y'all parents, see, let me stop the music. Let me stop the music. Let me stop the music, okay? This is crazy. I'm an active father, okay, at the school that my son goes to. I told you my wife's an educator, so you know she active. You know, y'all hear, especially like MTR, let's get active. Let's get active. It's time for us to get active. I'm getting active because I'm putting the content out here so that you all can see it and you all can understand and you all know what time it is. I need y'all to get the likes up. I need y'all to share this video. I need y'all to support the work. No other content creator is showing all of this footage. They can talk about it, but they ain't gonna show it. I'm showing you the footage. I'm not making this stuff up. You see these people here doing this in the school. When you at work, when you at the club, when you partying, when you doing whatever, this is what's going on while your kids are at school. This is crazy, man. And then wouldn't this like cross lines in terms of potential pedophilia and perversion and stuff like this? Like, okay, like this guy here, this drag queen is trying to teach young kids how to twerk. Sir, ma'am, sir, isn't that like crossing lines? But this is okay, right? And everybody thinks this is funny. And then you wonder why you have stuff taking part with your kids. Like, what else is going on with your kids? And you wonder why you hear about so many situations that take place in the school system with kids. And it's not even just the school system, but this is what they're trying to do, period. It's in the cartoons. It's in all the shows. It's everywhere you turn around. It's in the music. They're trying to get more and more and more and more and more. And there's like a multi-layer agenda. And I'm going to tell you, this agenda is not holy. This is not a godly agenda. This is an evil, satanic agenda. It's anti-biblical. It's not right. They're going to say it's right, et cetera, et cetera. These people don't like the Bible. They don't like what the word of God says. So that should tell you, anybody that does not like what the word of God says has a problem. Okay, like for instance, I'm not a Muslim, but I don't have a problem with what the Quran says. You see what I'm saying? Or any, other religious text while we're on that subject. Just because I'm not about that life, I don't have a problem with the religious text. So if you have a problem with any religious text, something is terribly wrong. Something is terribly wrong. And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, so let's get back and watch this sick stuff.
That's twerking.
You see this? Young kids are dressing up as drag queens. Why? Because they've been indoctrinated, and then they're pushing this agenda. Y'all see this? They're pushing this agenda. Make sure everybody get the likes up. They're dressing up as drag queens. Let's go. And look at that. And then look at them. Then they got and now you see Michael Strahan up here. You know, he got to go along. They got to go along with the agenda. You got everybody in the audience clapping. It look like this lady right here. Look at this hand that I'm circling. Look on the screen like she throwing up the devil horns. Look at it. She got a thumb out. She got her index finger and her pinky finger. Like, who claps like this? Come on, man. Really? Who claps like who claps like this? Come on, really? That don't even feel right. That don't even feel natural. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me. This is sick, man. Let me continue, man. But look, did anybody catch the devil horns right here? Did anybody catch the devil horns? Did y'all catch the... Let me screenshot this. I'm going to keep up with this. Did anybody catch the devil horns right there? Okay, somebody please tell me you caught the devil horns. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all caught the devil horns. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all caught that. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, Patriot Chick is right. She said pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Let me show you that. As a matter of fact, it's like number 1. That's what got Satan casted out of hell. Watch this. Let me show y'all this. Okay, let me I'm gonna read the whole, I'm gonna read the whole thing because y'all need to know this. Okay, I'm gonna read the whole thing of Isaiah. Let me break this down because this is very important. All right, y'all need to see this. I'm gonna put this on the whole screen. Okay, this is not a game, y'all. This is not a joke, and I'm gonna show you the book. Y'all gonna hear my shadow is purple as well. Okay, so this is Isaiah chapter 14. I'm gonna read the whole thing and I'm gonna highlight certain parts. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Verse 2, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place." All right. "The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for the servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Okay. "And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord, shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve." Okay, and it says, "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased." Verse 5 says, "The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." Okay. Verse 6 says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth." Verse 7 says, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us." Okay. 1 minute. I hit the cursor. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Verse 9 says, Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Okay, and then it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of the vials. The worm is spread under the tree, and the worms cover the tree. Now, here we go. Here's the biggest part. Verse 12. Okay. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? I repeat, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, aka the morning star? Lucifer, morning star. Okay, this is how bright Lucifer was. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart. This is what the devil said. Okay, this is what Satan said, and I'm going to show you the connection with pride. Okay, and we're in Pride Month, and I'm going to show you the connection with pride, or should I say pride all year? Isn't that what they say? Pride all year. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. This is what Lucifer is saying. This is what Satan is saying. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Meaning, I'm going to be better than God. You know, isn't this how a lot of people in the LGBTQIA, etc. community talk and how they think? Don't they sit up there like, I'm better than you. I'm better than you, even though you're heterosexual. You're a straight, natural woman, and I'm better than you. You are a straight, heterosexual, natural man, and I'm better than you. I'm more of a man and a woman and non-binary than you ever could be. Okay. Okay. Isn't this how they speak? They act like they're better by you being, and this is the agenda that the world is pushing, by you being a part of the LGBTQIA, etc. community. They act like they are better than you if you're not. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if you don't agree. Okay, put a 1 in the chat with me if you agree with what I'm saying. That people in the LGBTQIA, etc. community act like they're better than you if you're not a part of that community or you don't support that community and you're heterosexual and you're a natural straight woman, you're a natural straight man. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying with this particular point. Because this is crazy and this is deep, man. I don't care if you white, if you black, if you green, if you blue, if you purple, if you yellow. I don't care if you live in Australia. I don't care if you live in Europe. I don't care if you live in Antarctica, here in America, Africa. I don't care where you at around the world. This is the same thing. This is a worldwide thing here. Okay, so let me continue to read real quick so I can get back to some video footage. And also, I got to show you the book in the Cobb County Teacher. Okay, but it says, here with verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven? That's Satan. That's the lightning bolt that you see in all the rock stars. And y'all thinking it's just something cool, but it's the lightning bolt. You see this with Harry Potter. How many of y'all have seen the lightning bolt on Harry Potter's head? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me just show y'all real quick. Let that sink in for a second. Let that marinate for a second. The Harry Potter lightning bolt on his head. Y'all see it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. And then look at this. It's the sign for the very spell that speak up not of his name, Voldemort, used to kill Harry's parents. It's crazy. But anyway, that can be debated. That's another thing. Let's get back to the scripture. Okay, so it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Just in case you wonder who we're talking about here. It says, Lucifer, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Lucifer is saying, I'm going to be better than God. I will sit also upon the mounts of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Notice the devil said, I will be like the Most High. And when y'all hear us say the Most High, that is literally a biblical term to refer to God. Lucifer, you see it here. Lucifer, son of the morning star, is saying that I will be like the Most High. That is pride. That is literally the definition of pride. And we're in Pride Month, and you wonder why I'm talking about all this stuff. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shape kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under the feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, say the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, and saith the Lord. So all these people gonna get cut off, by the way. Okay, and it says, I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and I have purposed, so shall it stand. Okay, and you can pretty much read the rest of it, but this proves the point. Pride. Pride. Watch this. Let me show you this. It's crazy, man. You want to know watch this. Let me show you this in order. Let me just put this on the screen real quick. I don't even have to pull it up. Look, according to, and this is June 8th. So this is this month in June 2023. Okay? I know y'all can see this. According to Roman Catholic theology, the 7 deadly sins are the 7 behaviors or feelings. Wait, what did it say? Behaviors or feelings. Isn't this what the LGBTQI, etc. movement is all about? You know, I have this feeling inside of me. I just want to act this way. This is how I want to behave. Isn't this how they behave and how they feel? And isn't this what's up? Isn't this what they say because they feel that it should be this way, or they feel that we should teach these things to our kids, right? Look at what the number one sin is. Okay, and see, look, all of these things inspire further sin. Okay, because if you feel about this way and you want to rebel against God, then you're going to feel this way about other stuff, and you're going to keep pushing this, and it's a lot of evil stuff that goes on. And you wonder why the world is evil right now. Look at the sins in order. They are typically ordered as pride. What's the number one sin? Pride. Pride is the number one sin. Pride cometh before a fall, as the Bible says. This is what got Lucifer, morning star, aka Satan, casted out of heaven as quick as a lightning bolt. Shoo! And we're in pride now. So y'all need to think twice about it. It is what it is. Look, if you want to do that, you go do what you do. People sin all day, every day. But time is running out, and I don't want you or your kids to not to be forced into a lifestyle that maybe they don't. This is sick, man. This is sick. Let's get back to this particular video that I'm watching so I can play this book and a couple other things. Pride is not just one of the deadly sins. It is the number one deadly sins. Make sure y'all get the likes up. What's up, Courtney D? Glad you're here in the building. Courtney D, know what's up. What's up, Margaret Andrews? I appreciate both of y'all being here. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Share my videos in your Facebook, in your social groups, LinkedIn. I don't care where you at. Share my content. I don't care if you share my content and people are talking about me. I can care less if they talking about me. The issue is the content that I talk about. This is what needs to get out of here and get out into the public. Because obviously YouTube has done a number on my channel, and I have other YouTube channels, right? And when I put content out on those channels, I don't have any issues. The videos move like they supposedly do what they're supposed to. But when I come on this particular channel or T News Reactions, don't nobody see it no more. I've had this issue since January. Go back and look at the amount of views that my videos have prior to January, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go. This is sick.
First, drag queen slash and first. Desmond, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen slash kids. And I've heard that
And you see, you know, they got the audience prompt to cheer. They want the audience to cheer like, woo, this is a great thing. You're missing out. This is what you need to do. Keep listening.
gotten messages from young adults who look up to you for being who you are.
Wow.
What are some of the notes you've gotten?
Some of the notes I've gotten are like that you inspire me very much, and I wish I could have had the support that you have.
Wow.
I wish that people understood that drag.
I don't know if that music's gonna get me, so I'm trying to, y'all might just have to look. So this person said it disturbs them to think that people think that we're sexualizing, but you are sexualizing it. What is this? Somebody tell me you're not sexualizing when you see this.
Move your bum up and down like that.
You say you're not sexualizing, but you're dressing. Okay,
And you know it.
look at this revealing dress. Okay, showing all your legs and hit like all this revealing clothes in front of kids, and then
Anybody in this room know how to twerk?
Show it.
Does anybody in this room know how to twerk? Anybody in this room know how to twerk?
but they're not sexualizing
It's all
it.
in.
You're not
And then you just move your
sexualizing
bum
it.
up and down like that. And that's twerking.
Remember,
It disturbs me that people think that we're, sexualizing them.
y'all see this mess? Y'all see this mess? Man, this is absolutely crazy. So yeah, they will convert your children.
Happens bit by bit, quietly and
See, happens bit by bit, quietly. Let's see if I can get a little bit of this.
will convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it.
See, that's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. Quietly and subtly, and you'll barely notice it. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. There's no reason why I shouldn't have more people here. So I want to play the other book because y'all need to know. Y'all heard My Shadow is Pink. Okay, and My Shadow is Pink essentially talks about a boy coming out, basically being gay. That's essentially what it is, that he has a feminine side here. All right. So we're going to look at My Shadow is Purple. And I also want to get into the teacher thing. But let's play this, man. This is crazy. I'm going to turn the music down. Let's go.
Reading Rocket.
My Shadow is Purple. Written and illustrated by Scott Stewart. My dad has a shadow that's blue as a berry, and my mom's is as pink as a blossoming cherry.
I want y'all to pay attention how quickly the shadows change. Y'all got to pay attention. Let's go.
There's only those choices, a 2 or a 1. But mine is quite different. It's both and it's none. If theirs are straight, then mine is a circle. For my shadow's different. My shadow is purple. My shadow loves playing with all sorts of toys. Things left by girls and things left by boys. I dance with the pinks as they turn and they spin. And I play sports with the blues as they lose and they win. Some of my friends think I'm simply confused, but the thing I love most is not having to choose. Some tell me I'm blue, only blue can be strong. But my mom's strong too, so I think they're wrong. Some tell me I'm pink, 'cause pink's the most caring. But Dad's always crying and loving and sharing. Why can't I love sport and dancing and trains and ponies and glitter and engines and planes? Why must I choose and exclude all the rest? I love choosing both because both is the best. And now it is time for the greatest event. The school dance is here. The invite's been sent. I'm ready to rock and I'm feeling cute. My mom made my skirt and my dad made my suit. I bounce through the door and I gasp as I enter. The room split in two, right down the center. Blue shadows go left and pink shadows right. Once we're split up, we'll kickstart this night. Everyone laughs as they head to their zones, and I'm right in the middle. I'm left all alone. I look to the left where the shadows are blue. They wave me over saying, "You are blue too." Then I look right as I struggle to think. They call me over. "Come on, you are pink." The teacher walks up looking rather amused. "I know you are different, but now you must choose." My heart just starts racing and tears fill my eyes. I know I must choose, but I don't understand why. The room has gone quiet and everyone's looking. My cheeks are so red. They feel like they're cooking. If I can't be purple, then I cannot stay. I'll leave and go home, I quietly say. I slowly start walking, my legs are like jello. A voice breaks the silence.
See the depression?
My shadow is yellow! My eyes open wide, my shadow, it gawks. A child walks to the middle, looks up and talks. There's more than two colors our shadows can be. I was too scared before, but blue is not me. I know from outside blue fits like a glove, but my shadow's yellow, which to me feels like love. They turn with a smile and take hold of my hand. Who wants to join us? There's room here to stand. At first, no one moves. Then, a hand in the air. My shadow's as brown as a big grizzly bear. My shadow is red. Mine's silver, mine's green. Mine's violet, mine's orange, mine's aquamarine. They all rush to join us, whatever their color. Blue, pink, and purple, and shadows
Colors of the rainbow.
called other. I look at each shadow, no two are the same. On each happy face, there's no trace of shame. Each different and special and fully unique. No color's stronger and no color's weak. The teacher comes over as we're joined as one. Whatever your color, start dancing, have fun.
Y'all see this? Y'all see this? So, there's some, okay, I want to talk about something because Patriot Chick kind of already, if I were to say it, if she was a part of this show, she quote unquote jumped the gun when she said demonic shadow. Okay, let me ask you something. What is holy about a shadow? Somebody tell me if there's anything holy about a shadow. I mean, what is holy about a shadow? For instance, let's take a look at a shadow priest. What does a shadow priest do? Priests, they derive their powers from the void instead of the light. Shadow priests can be worshipers of many dark forces, such as the Loa or the old gods, or simply focus their art on shadowy magics and mental manipulation, understanding the necessity of balance between dark and light. So right off the bat, already just with shadows, it's crazy. And you see this holy shadows here. It's a term signifying the night of Hosanna, Rabbah, when the heavenly seal is put upon the judgment. So this is talking about the whole judgment. It was decided on the New Year and Day of Atonement. So, like, there's nothing good about a shadow. Shadows are evil. They're satanic. They're demonic. You see what I'm saying? Like, let me just show y'all this real quick. Put this on the screen. Okay, speaking of shadows, right? Because they talk a lot about my shadow is pink and my shadow is this color and my shadow. You know, now you're going to have kids talking to shadows. Is this what you want? So when you get shadow figures and you get spy spirits and demons portraying themselves as shadows, that's who's communicating to these kids? Yeah. Ain't nothing about this. Shadow. Everything shadow is satanic and evil. This is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I want to play another video clip real quick. Oh, let me finish with this book. So notice the depression here in this book. So you notice how dude, he's stepping out. He can't be out there in a party or whatever to dance. So he's stepping outside. His shadow. He's out there. His shadow. They're all talking about, hey, let's move with their shadow. I told you. It's demonic, man. This is satanic. See, people don't want to hear this. It is what it is, but there's nothing holy about this. The Bible doesn't say anything holy about this. Show me a scripture in the Bible where it says that this lifestyle is holy. Now, I know there's people in church, you know, there's laws, there's rules. You got to let it be what it's going to be. It's here. It is what it is. However, just because it's here, Sodom and Gomorrah, it doesn't mean it is holy. I mean, you had Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed, a whole town destroyed because of this. Because this is what they were doing. And the only reason why it wasn't destroyed, because you had, you know, 1 or 2 or 3, you had Lot and his people trying to get out of the city. And so it was spared until they left. This is crazy, man. So I want to show you this other video. We're going to show you the Cobb County teacher. She actually got fired. Okay. She actually got fired. Okay. We're going to play this, and I mean, it is what it is, but she actually got fired for doing what? Showing this book. So we're going to listen to her journey and listen to what she says, but keep note, this is the type of teacher that's going to be teaching your child or your family member's child or children, or your children, or your neighbor's child or children, and your friends and all the kids. They're going to be about this life. And then they're going to be talking about this behind closed doors when you let the kids play. Then they're going to be gossiping about this, watching this stuff on YouTube, watching videos and all these little shows, and you don't have no idea about it. And you're thinking, oh, it's just a children's book, or oh, they're just watching a YouTube video about a children's book. Let's go.
What originally drew me to teaching was my passion for helping others, but also my own love of learning. I love that every student brings a diverse set of skills and knowledge and background to my classroom. And I love learning from them as well. My name is Katie Renderly, and I'm an elementary teacher in Cobb County, Georgia.
So this is an elementary teacher in Cobb County, Georgia. All right. Katie or Catherine Renderly. Okay. This is literally and I'm here in Georgia. Okay. And my wife is also an educator in Cobb. So I'm pretty sure we know who this is. And we know it was school. I'm telling you, this is the face. You're thinking, doesn't she look harmless? It doesn't look like she has your kids' best interests. But yet she's going to be teaching your kids what I just showed you. Let's go.
On February 13th, I went to the book fair, and as usual, I walked around the book fair to see, the display of picture books. I had a selection of them when I stumbled upon My Shadow is Purple, and I thought, that looks like a great book. So I stood there in the middle of the book fair, and I read the book, and, it spoke to me, and I was like, I have to get this book.
So she said she read the book, it spoke to her, and she had to get the book. She said she read the book, and it spoke to her. Ma'am, let me stop the music. Listen to this again.
A great book. So I stood there in the middle of the book fair, and I read the book, and, it spoke to me, and I was like, I have to get this book. It looks like a great book. So I stood there in the middle of the book fair, and I read the book, and, it spoke to me, and I was like, I have to get this book.
So, what part of this book spoke to you? Was it one of the shadows of the book? Because these books talk a lot about shadows. So was it one of the shadows, one of the demons speaking to you? Because I would like to know, I don't know, I'm sure I could find out, but I would like to know what Miss Katie's religious background is. And, is she married? Does she have a partner? Is she a part of the LGBTQIA, etc. community herself as well? I mean, there's a lot of questions here, but anyway, let's go.
And so I bought the book. I had a bin of picture books.
Well, she's not married because you can clearly look at her hands right now. Look at her hands. You can clearly see her hands that she's not married, y'all. She's not married. Look at her hands. No wedding ring. So she ain't married, and no imprint. Like, if you wear a wedding band, you will have like an imprint. I know everybody don't wear it, but you ladies definitely wear your rings. So she's obviously not married. So she might be a part of the community herself. That's why she said it spoke to her. So, them shadows be talking from one shadow to another. Let's go.
Had about 9 titles, spread them across the front of my room on a display, sat them upright, showed the beautiful covers of them all. And I gave students a minute to just kind of decide which ones they wanted to read. They chose My Shadow is Purple.
So y'all see, this is the book. Yeah, Patriot Chick is right. The same evil spirits talking to her. Look, y'all, this is not a game. Y'all thinking this is a game. The same evil spirits that speaking to these kids are speaking to these adults. This is satanic, man. This agenda is satanic. I'm trying to tell y'all. So if you call yourself a Christian or you're a Muslim or whatever, because there's a lot of similar, a lot of the vernacular and a lot of the religious text is very similar. Okay, you have some aspects that are different, et cetera, but it's a lot of stuff that are similar and a lot of things that we agree upon. So if you're about that life, you should have a problem with this, because again, she says something spoke to her. These same shadow spirits, Patriot Chick is right. They speaking to all these people, telling what to do. People always talking about, I heard the spirit say. What spirit? Was it the Holy Spirit? Was it Jesus? Was it Yah? Did Yah speak to you? Was it Elohim? Man, let's go.
So I sat down and I read My Shadow is Purple, and students just engaged in the book with me. And then we discussed, the message that they received. That's what our conversation really was focusing on, is the power of not only embracing your unique differences and abilities, but then valuing those in others and learning from those.
So in this book, she's talking about your unique differences. Notice what she said. Pay attention to what she said.
Students just engaged in the book with me. And then we discussed, the message that they received. That's what our conversation really was focusing on, is
you know what? I bet that I want to suspect, based upon how excited she is here. Look at how excited she is. She must be a member of the LGBTQI, etc. community.
My shadow is purple. So I sat down and I read My Shadow is Purple, and students just engaged in.
Y'all see that excitement? Look at how excited she was. She was so excited. Oh, they engaged in this, which means she's a supporter of this lifestyle, which probably means she's in the community. Now it is what it is. You're going to do what you're going to do if you're an adult. But this is what I'm trying to say. You find everybody in this community trying to push this agenda onto your kids, my kids. I'm a parent too.
In the book with me. And then we discussed, the message that they received. That's what our conversation really was focusing on, is the power of not only embracing your unique differences and abilities, but then valuing those in others and learning from those. That was on a Wednesday, and by Friday morning I received an email from a parent. And my principal came into the room asking me to see the book. She walked into my room and asked if she could see the book, My Shadow is Purple. I remember I said, oh, absolutely, it's a great book.
See, she thinks it's a great book, right? Oh, this is a great book. That's because she's revealed, based upon her enthusiasm and support, that I'm pretty sure she's a member of the LGBTQIA, etc. community. Let's go.
I went and got the book and I handed it to her, and she took it and left. A little bit later, a few hours later, I had planning period, and I received an email from my principal to come to her office to discuss the book. And through that discussion during my planning time is when I was made aware that a parent had complained. This is about a picture book that...
No. See, I'm telling you, she's definitely a part of the LGBTQI, etc. community. Because she said it's just a picture book. No, ma'am. A picture book doesn't have words. How come there's like words and stuff in here, stories? It's not just a picture book. She's already lying to y'all. See how she's lying? She said this is a picture book, yet there's a ton. This book has words on every single page. There ain't a page in this book that don't have words in it, but she said this is just a picture book. Nah, man, listen, y'all gotta read between the lines. Let's go.
Through that discussion during my planning time is when I was made aware that a parent had complained. This is about a picture book that is celebrating and validating, the beautiful differences in students. The parent named that I was different from them.
Oh, see, the parent even said she was different from them, meaning she's a part of the LGBTQIA, etc. community. Now, I don't know what she identifies as, but the parent even came out and said, boom. Y'all can't tell me I can't pick up on this stuff. Yeah, she does have a deceiving spirit. She acts, hi, I'm so nice. I'm here to teach your children and bring it up in great ways. Oh, I'll take great care of them, sir, ma'am, sir. You don't have nothing to worry about. Go on your job and forget about your kids. They're safe with me. Now, for the record, this ain't all teachers. This ain't all teachers in Cobb County. As I mentioned, my wife's an educator. And you ain't gonna find my wife teaching this stuff. And I know a lot of other teachers, not just in Cobb County, Georgia, but in a lot of counties and across the world. I know teachers that are in other countries. You ain't gonna find them teaching no books or oh, this is a good, as soon as they see that book, if they unsure, if they look at it, they go, oh, they're gonna pass that book, and that's not gonna be the book they teach. Do you understand this? Let's go. Look how the parent called her out.
And then brought in political motivations, which, is never part of education to be, or should not be a part of education.
So now she's trying to say it's a political motivation. No, ma'am. This got nothing to do with politics. This is spirituality, if anything. This is spirituality and moral. She said this is political motivations. No, this ain't politics.
Then brought in political motivations, which are different from them, and validating, the beautiful differences in students. The parent named that I was different from them, and then brought in political motivations, which, you know, is never part of education to be, or should not be a part of education. And all of a sudden, I saw myself on the outside with my administration and the parents on the other side. I was isolated from my school community and also from my coworkers. I had only heard the story or the narrative that the community was revolting against me.
So for those of you that want to know, this is the school, Due West Elementary School. If you live here in Georgia, see, I put this stuff out. I literally show y'all everything. Like, I would literally be on the scene. I be on the scene with a lot of stuff going down a lot of times. I see a whole bunch of stuff. I just don't put it out on content. I don't put it out in video because ain't nobody here watching it anyway. I only got 7 people here. Isn't this crazy? I got 32,000+ subscribers, but only 7 people here. And I've been live for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Speaking of a spiritual number, I've been like online this long and nobody seen my streams. This is all I got. I ain't even got 10 people here, 15, 20 people, a channel of my size. And y'all don't think something's wrong with this? Y'all don't think that they trying to limit me, but my other fellow content creators could go live and talk about the same thing and they'll get 10 million people in there. They videos, they'll get 500, 1,000, 2,000 people watching. Video get 500, 1,000, 2,000 views as soon as they get done with it. 3,000, 4,000. Next thing you know, you turn around a couple of hours later, they had 20,000. A day later, 30, 40,000. More people seeing it. But I put out the same message and I'm not getting seen. And then these same content creators be acting like, or they'll come out and say, well, nobody's putting out this type of message. I am, sir. I am, ma'am. But y'all ain't seeing me because YouTube trying to shadow ban me. I've been putting out messages like this in the community for a long time. Okay, so this is at Due West Elementary School. Okay, Miss Katie, here in Cobb County. Snooty Pootyville. The #1 county to move into if you move to Georgia. Have your kids go to Cobb County. Let's go.
I saw myself on the outside with my administration and the parents on the other side. I was isolated from my school community and also from my coworkers.
I can tell she's like LGBTQIA.
I'd only heard the story or the narrative that the community was revolting against me and that I was not wanted back at my school and that the community, I did not align with the community's viewpoints and beliefs.
See, she did not align with the community's viewpoints and beliefs.
Revolting against me and that I was not wanted back at my school and that the community, I did not align with the community's viewpoints and beliefs.
Right there, that should tell you everything. So in Cobb County, like I told you, most of the people in Cobb County, they got money, or at least in certain areas of Cobb. The teachers are paid more they paid higher than a lot of the other counties. It's just facts. A lot of the neighboring counties in Metro Atlanta don't get paid what Cobb County teachers get paid, right? They don't get the resources. There's a lot of movers and shakers in Cobb County. A lot of celebrities, a lot of business owners, you know, a lot of leaders of churches and all this stuff. They in Cobb County and they're very big about Christianity. Conservative Republicans, if you don't like it, don't come to Cobb County because that's what you're going to pretty much find. I don't care if they white, if they black. That's one thing that they all agree with. That's what the community agrees with. And I will say, it spreads further out than Cobb County, but we're just talking about Cobb County here, at least with this particular incident. No, ma'am, your views with pushing this agenda on kids, that doesn't agree with me. It don't agree with most of y'all here. We just don't agree with it. It's one thing if they were an adult, but to be indoctrinating kids, that's what we got to draw the line. Like, I'm sorry. You do what you do. Ain't nobody, you go do what you do. You LGBTQI, etc. do what you go do. Go do it and have a ball doing it. You made that choice as an adult, but don't be sitting up here trying to indoctrinate our kids with this. They don't even need to be talking about genders other than using the bathroom or certain, you know, select things. They don't even need to be getting into that and getting into sexuality. Why do they even need to be concerned with that? They're kids. You're talking about kids that are 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. We're talking about pre-K and kindergarten and first grade kids. The youngest of the youngest, and this is what you indoctrinate them in. Let's go.
And, that was devastating to me. I did have some parents reach out to me asking if I was okay and sharing concerns. When the entire...
I want to see what it says. It's some of the messages with the parents. Katie, we cannot thank you, I guess, enough for the impact that you have had on our family this year. Marcy has thrived under your teaching and continues to love school and learning. Thank you for taking the extra time to know our daughter. And, I wonder, is Marcy, their daughter, is she potentially a part, or does she have a blue shadow or a whatever color shadow? Who knows? It says, thank you for taking extra time to know our daughter and to love her. You also helped our Aubrey at a time when we didn't know what else to do. And see, this sounds like their kids might have been struggling with the shadows thing. It seems like they were struggling with the community. You talking about they don't know what else to do and you seem to help their kids? I don't know, man. It could be something else, but y'all tell me if it don't sound like what I'm saying. And she says, thank you for investing in our family this year. Your impact will continue even after Marcy leaves your classroom. You are a blessing and we will miss you. Sincerely, Jimmy and Lori Dora. I can't quite make out. I think it's Dora. I think that's what it says. It's kind of hard to read the other messages, but let's go.
My investigation was over. I did speak to some parents who showed a tremendous...
Okay, let's see. Let's see this, Miss Rennerly. Thank you for being an awesome teacher and teaching me all I know. You're so kind and loving, and I'm grateful to have you as a teacher. I hope you have an awesome winter break. You're awesome. Thanks for challenging and fostering creativity in our kids. Have a great break, Sonia. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just pretty general, but anyway.
This amount of support and love and validation.
I mean, Patriot Chick brings up a great point. Is that a letter verified that a real parent sent it? I mean, who knows? We have no idea.
I'd only heard the opposing side of that. One day I was out at the Marietta Square and I ran into...
So Marietta Square, for those of you that don't know, it's like a huge gathering where a lot of people go out. There's a lot of restaurants and shops and stuff. And it's a very popular area in the city of Marietta, Georgia, which is in Cobb County. So if you're here in Georgia, if you've been to Georgia and you had a chance to be around Marietta, you'll know what I'm talking about. Very popular area.
A student, and the look of just pure joy overwhelmed me. I mean, she was emotional, I was emotional, and I had a very similar experience with one of my other students. He sobbed on my arm for a few minutes, and it took me back. That this didn't just impact me. I wanted to fight this case because students deserve to be at the center of what they're learning. Students deserve to be validated. They deserve...
See, she's talking about she wants to fight it because these students deserve to be validated.
I wanted to fight this case because students deserve to be at the center of what they're learning. Students deserve to be validated. They deserve to be celebrated.
They deserve to be validated and celebrated, which means your shadow is pink as a kid. Your shadow is purple as a kid, and whatever color while we're at it. That's what she's saying. She wants to fight this because she's pushing that agenda.
They should not be censored.
So, and she called it being censored. She said it's censoring. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So, it is what it is. I don't even know why I can't even get the thing to show. The video's acting up as if it's not even here. But y'all, this is what it is. This is the agenda, and I've explained it, and I've showed you. This is the shadows. This is what they're pushing. Okay. This is what they want you to do. So I've covered this in detail. Make sure y'all like, you comment, you subscribe, support the work, hit the Cash App. How can somebody ask me, hey, Brainwaves, what's your Cash App? You mean to tell me you never looked at the screen this whole hour and 20 minutes? You never looked at the screen? Brainwaves, what's your PayPal? It's on the screen. It's also in the description box. Every video, every live stream I have. Support the work. Shout out to those of you that have hit the Cash App and the PayPal. I've had several of you do that. I really do appreciate it. I'm also a life coach. So y'all feel free to book your appointments with me. You know, I really do appreciate the support that y'all do. Like, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Delta Roots. I know he had hit the Cash App. Belinda Mason hit the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? We got D Turner Fitness. He hit the Cash App. You know, shout out to y'all to be hitting the Cash App. I really do appreciate it. And make sure you share this video with your social groups. Show this video to your friends. When you strike up these conversations or you want to strike it up, just have my video playing. Play my video, and in the background they hear, and then they have this conversation. But this is the agenda that they have. It's population control. I'm just telling you, because if everybody was a part of this community, like, look at this. Let me show y'all something real quick before I go, man. This is crazy. I'm going to put this on the screen. Let me show y'all something. This is crazy. Man, this is insane. Okay, so look at this book here. You see what it says. It says, turn gay by the government, population control. Administrations here. It says administrations and political mores change. I don't know. One such change brought about a law that made it so that the government could force men to turn gay. Do y'all hear that the government can force you in order to trim the effects of male sexuality on women and to cut down the ever-growing population? Men would be nominated and then taken to camps to have their sexuality twisted. Nathan has been taken to one of these camps, Camp Ganymede, in order to teach him to love men. Y'all see this? This is stuff that be going on. So when I tell y'all it's an agenda, I'm not playing. This is serious. It's absolutely serious. But this is what they pushing, and you can't say I didn't show you, and you can't say I didn't tell you. So if you call yourself a Christian, you're a believer, you call yourself a Catholic, you call yourself a Muslim, a lot of these faiths that don't agree with this particular lifestyle, share my videos, share my work. I have everything here in one concise place, and I'm the only content creator that is talking about this as well as showing you. I showed you the footage of the kids, of drag queens twerking in front of kids, elementary kids, teaching them this stuff in school. While you at work, while you sweating your behind out, working, busting your chops, working hard as you doing your job, and this is what's going on. So it is what it is. I'll maybe put out a video. I don't know if I'm gonna go live again because it's just like nobody sees my content when I go live. Like this whole time, I've only had like 10 people here. Somebody explain that to me. Explain that to me. I'm the only one that's showing all of this footage on camera. My other content creators have not shown you this footage to this entirety. They may have shown you bits and pieces. They may have shown you some, but not to this extent. I've not only showed you the books. The books have been read to you. I've shown you the footage of these drag queens in school, and you see them with children. You see what's going on. So I'm not making this stuff up. This is as real as it can get. So like, comment, subscribe. If you do not get notifications and you like my work, you may have to unsubscribe from me immediately, resubscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure all is selected. You also need to check notifications from the YouTube app on your phone. Not notifications on your phone, but notifications from the YouTube app. If you have notifications turned off on YouTube, you're not going to know when I put out content, whether it's a live show, whether it's a YouTube short, or it's a video, and you're going to miss it all. So make sure you turn that on. You can control which channel or channels you get notifications from on an individual basis, but make sure them notifications on, because don't nobody see my work. It is what it is. I'm out.